You have sent me in some amazing questions, so thank you. So I've just basically got to answer them. So let's start with this one from B. Kalili, I think that's how you say it. These Instagram names are all really hard to say, that or I'm just terrible at reading them. So this person says, do you think being a mum has changed you? And do you notice more dangers in life? Yeah, like it's really weird. You become so aware of your surroundings and people and cars and things that you never even noticed before. So I would say pretty much every single time I stand at a zebra crossing or traffic lights, I get a panic. And I don't know whether this is just a mum thing and any of you guys have the same thing, but it's like a really irrational fear that you might let go of the buggy or someone might walk past you and push you into the road with your buggy, or you're walking down the stairs and you might fall down the stairs. And it's bizarre because I've never had these thoughts before and I've never been much of a worrier, but now, yes, dangers are everywhere. Everywhere. So if I'm like this now, I dread to think what I'm going to be like, number one, when he starts crawling, number two, when he starts walking, because we have got a number of sharp corners in this house, and number three, when he starts driving. I know it's a long way off, but it's in my mind. I am already thinking about it. So yes, is the answer to that question. Next up, we have Fiona422. I can say that one. And she asks me, what time does your nighttime routine start? Do you know, that's funny because I've been having a little bit of a battle in my head thinking I should start his nighttime routine at a certain time because that's what I've heard everyone else do. But actually, it's what suits you and your routine that's already there. So Danny and I, we don't finish work till quite late on. So what we found was we were trying to get Cooper bathed, his last feed, and in bed for 7:30, and it did not work for us because we weren't ready to get him ready. We were still busy doing things. So now we've moved Cooper's bedtime to 8:30, and that has made such a difference, and it just slots right in to our work-life balance. And now we find that we can sit down and have a meal, because if we put Cooper to bed, he always wants to be in these videos. He's just like his dad. If we put him to bed at 8:30, it means we can then sit down and eat our meal and not have to worry about him. He's fast asleep. So that's what we do, and that's how it's worked for us. Everyone's different. Next up, we have, wish me luck with this one, Ariana Maria, I think that's what it says. Do you ever get overwhelmed when Cooper throws a tantrum and cries hysterically? Well, the other day I was driving in the car with Coops on my own, and there was a traffic jam. And I was smug because I got so far along this journey. I was doing really well. He'd slept all the way and we had an hour and a half left. We'd had a stop, got back on the road, hour and a half left, and he cried and cried and cried. And it wasn't just a whimper, it was blood-curdling screams. And because we were stopped stationary in traffic, I could have a little look in my rear view mirror into the mirror that we've got so we can see him, and there were tears streaming down his face. Now Cooper's never cried tears, so this was so traumatic for me, and I did not know what to do because there was nothing I could do. I was in the car by myself and we were stationary, so I had to sit there and just let my little baby cry his heart out, and it was traumatic, yes. But there's nothing you can do in those situations, and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So I suppose, you've just got to deal with it and get on with it. But yeah, I have had that situation, and it wasn't nice, but we did it. And when we got home, he was happy as Larry. He had a little cuddle and he was fine. Next up, we've got Sarah_Threlkeld, I think she is. And she's asked me whether I topped up Cooper with formula because she's been advised by the health visitor to top up her little girl with formula because she's not putting on a lot of weight. Now, we do top Cooper up with formula, so we give him a formula feed at night because I was advised that would make him sleep for longer. It didn't in the beginning. Now I think it does help. But yes, I don't think there's anything wrong, personally. Cooper doesn't either. Yeah. Think there's anything wrong with topping your baby up with formula. There's nothing wrong with your baby being on full formula. There's nothing wrong with your baby being on breast milk solely. It is each to their own, and what is right for your baby is right for your baby. I think that is ultimately what everyone must remember. If your baby's dropping weight and she needs a little bit of formula, then by all means give it to her. Just do what's right for you and your baby. And lastly, Maisie Brooks _ she says, do I think me and Daddy will continue to have children? Well, yes is the answer. Yes is the short answer. I couldn't think right now of anything I'd rather do less than have another baby. I can't say I particularly want to go through labour just yet. I loved being pregnant. I would happily be pregnant again right now because absolutely loved it, and obviously love having Cooper, but I just can't imagine having another baby whilst he is still quite young. It puts the fear of God into me, if I'm being honest. But watch me get pregnant next week now. But we will be having more, maybe just one more, potentially two, if we can. I'm not sure when, but it will happen at some point. So thank you so much for your questions. Keep them coming in. If anyone thinks of any questions you want to ask me, I do read all my questions, all the things that I get asked on Instagram. So I will screenshot them and save them for the next one. So yeah, please keep them coming in. But for now, thank you for watching. Bye. Thanks so much for watching Bump. If you want to watch the playlist, then click here. And if you want to watch last week's episode, then click here.